What's up everyone, Derek with Lucid, and I got another video for you guys, finally. If you haven't noticed, this is the new room I'm in. They kind of shoved me in this little corner over here, keep me out of the way over there in the warehouse. We kind of threw this together real quick, so this is probably going to change over each video. We just threw some crap up on the wall to make it look busy. I don't know, it is what it is right now, but I'll deal with that another time. Today's video, Sector 9, I have a bamboo deck. This is a huge series of theirs. They have a bunch of different bamboo decks and styles. I'm not exactly sure which one this is, but I picked this one up. It's in pretty decent condition. It's got the Gullwing Sidewinder trucks, great carving, surf-like truck. The trucks are in decent shape. They just got a little rust on the kingpin nuts, and I'll clean that up. The wheels, it's a Sector 9 69 mil 75A. So it's a nice soft wheel for carving, cruising, really grippy. And they're in decent condition, so I'm gonna keep those. The bearings, as you can see, this wheel's not turning too well. I'm just gonna replace them with Lucid bearings. And then when it comes to the deck, the bottom is not too bad. It's just a little scuffed up, scratched on the graphic. I'm actually just gonna leave that alone. I'm not gonna touch it or deal with it. Where I am gonna put the most of my time is the top. Now the top of the deck has your traditional peel and stick clear grip tape. It's still good grip, but it does not compare to Lucid. You can see through, but you just can't see the grain of the bamboo on top. You can see the stringers and stuff, but it just doesn't have that clarity that Lucid does. So my goal here is going to be stripping this off, cleaning it up, sanding it, get it all clean. Then I'm going to apply the Lucid medium grip to it. So that's the goal. Replace the grip. Kind of just clean up the trucks a little bit and the wheels, and let's see what this thing's how it's gonna turn out. Let's do it. Oh shit! All right, so first things first is taking the trucks and the wheels off. This is gonna make it a lot easier to peel the grip off, clean up the rails, and sand everything down to really prep it for a Lucid grip. So I really want to clean that bamboo and make it really stand out. When I get everything taken off here, I'm gonna get my heat gun out and start warming up the grip. That's going to make it a heck of a lot easier to peel it off. You can also use a hair dryer for this. It works just as fine. And the other thing you might need is a razor blade to help get things started. And as you're peeling, sometimes it gets kind of hung up on the rails a little bit, so kind of helps you the process a little bit. One of the things here that I was really stoked about was the graphic. I thought it was going to peel up with the grip, but ended up turning out just fine, and I was really happy about that. It saved me a ton of time having to not recreate that. All right, so the peeling of the grip tape went really smoothly. A lot easier than I was anticipating. It came off really clean, really easy, really quick. The best part is the graphic was saved. It did not peel up with the grip tape. So pretty happy with that. So that saves me a ton of time and having to retrace it, redraw it, which I wasn't even sure if it was going to come out. So pretty happy with that. So my next step here moving forward is there's a lot of sticky residue on the deck. I want to remove that before I apply the Lucid grip on top. So I'm going to go ahead and put a paint strip material on top of the deck. But before I do that, I am going to cover the graphic with some blue painter's tape just to protect that so it doesn't get ruined. And from there, we'll get this sticky stuff off, do a little light sanding, and we'll be applying the Lucid grip and put it all together. Okay, for this part I'll be using a paint stripper, which is kind of a goopy material. I'm using a foam brush to lay it on, which is probably not the best thing to do, but it's what I had lying around, so whatever, I'm making it work. For this part I'll be putting a nice thick layer on, and then I like to let it sit for about 30 minutes to an hour. And during that time, I'm going to be taking apart the trucks and the wheels, the bearings, all that good stuff, and get them prepped for cleaning. And for the cleaning process, I like to use apple cider vinegar for the hardware. That actually, surprisingly enough, gets rid of the majority of the rust that's on there. Cleans them up really nice. For the bushings, I'm just putting a nice layer of silicone spray on top. Kind of helps lubricate them, and that helps the longevity of the bushings. And here's a satisfying part. Unfortunately, I only got like
two clean stripes like this, which is kind of satisfying to see all that goopy adhesive stuff just come scraping off the board. And then unfortunately, the rest of this process was a pain in the butt. I had to take a little razor blade and just go over every nook and cranny of this deck and try to get as much of it off as I could. It was hard, but whatever. Put some music on and got through it and cleaned it up pretty nicely. Once I got all the adhesive off with the razor blade, it still had some sticky tackiness to the deck. So I got my the sander out and just went at it with a rough paper for the first round and tried to get the majority of it off and get it down to a nice clean finished bamboo surface. I also at the same time cleaned up the rails with all the scuff marks and all the black marks and all that kind of stuff from hitting curbs or whatever the heck happened to this deck. So I went through this and didn't take too long, but cleaned it up really nice, and this would really help with prepping the deck for the finish and the grip. Now again, I was pretty happy about the graphics, so I did cover it up, and after I uncovered it, there's just some like little blue marks from the painter's tape. Went ahead and just cleaned that up with the sander, and also got the razor blade out and cleaned the rest of that residue or sticky adhesive that was kind of surrounding the logo, and got that off.
All right, quick little update. I got all the adhesive off. We did a quick little sanding, scraped everything off. It's turning out really nice. The graphic was saved. So from here, I'm going to put some Lucid finish on the deck before I apply the grip. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then from there, once that dries, it's a Lucid grip and assembly time.
And it's finish time. I'm using the Lucid liquid for this. This is actually step 1 of the grip kit. It's actually considered a lacquer. You can use that as a sanding sealer, a finish. It works really, really well for that. Don't do it how I do it. I'm just dumping it on the deck and brush it out. Just put it in a cup and do it that way if you like, but whatever. I was a little lazy at this point and just wanted to get it done. So while that finish dried, I got into the trucks and the wheels and started putting all the clean hardware back on the trucks. Everything came together really nice. The rust was pretty much all off the hardware. The bushings are nice and lubricated, and everything really clean and nice. So after I got all the trucks and wheels put back together, that layer finish was all dry. So it's time to get into the grip. I'm using the medium Lucid for this. This is it's kind of a good representation of the original grip for the granule size. There's plenty of videos that I have on our YouTube channel regarding how to grip your deck, so go check those out. After it's all gripped and dried, it's time for assembly, and let's see what this thing's going to look like after it's all set up and done.
All right, the Sector 9 deck is all done. It is complete. Pretty happy with it. Went a lot more smoothly than I thought it was going to. The grip tape on top peeled off really easily. Didn't take up the graphic, which I was really happy about, so I didn't have to sketch that out, so it saved me some time. But I'm also hoping you can tell the difference between that clear grip tape, the traditional peel and stick, and compared to our Lucid grip, how clear it is. You can really see the grain, the wood really pops now. And it's just a huge difference just in clarity alone between the two grips. The bottom of the deck, I left this pretty much the same. So it's got those scuff marks and scratches. Nothing I can do about that, so it is what it is. The trucks, hardware, everything, I cleaned up, got the majority of the rust off, so they look really nice and clean. The wheels, I cleaned up a little bit, did my best, but I did replace the bearings with Lucid bearings. So these things roll really nicely now, and this deck is ready to ride. Hope you enjoyed the video. Do check out our website. We post these refurbished decks up there. They are available for sale. And make sure to subscribe to our channel. Check us out on all our Instagram and Facebook, TikTok. We just started TikTok. We're not doing too good with that one. We're still learning that whole thing. But Make sure you subscribe and follow us on everything, and we'll see you in the next video.